All right, so first hole. I mean, first I checked the flag. This one is white, so I could take driver here, but being the first swing of the day, there's no point in hitting anything that you're not super comfortable with. So I'm hitting a club that if I hit it left, it's not gonna go out. And if it cuts back, that's fine. So kind of playing up the left side. If it goes straight, it's fine. If it cuts, it's fine. If I hook it, it's not gonna go far enough. So kind of, you always want to be in a spot where you can hit something comfortable, and if you hit a bad shot, what you qualify as a bad shot, you're not in too much trouble. A little toey, but it'll be fine. Got about 125 to carry that bunker, and probably 148 to the flag. So when you hear 125 to the carry bunker, you don't want to hit a 126 shot because you're not going to hit a perfect shot every time. I'm going to play a 140, probably 145 club here. 150 summer, but it's cold, so let's maybe go 140. So even if I hit this bad, I got mud on the ball. Even if I hit this bad, it'll get over that bunker. I'm not worried about that. And the flag's in the middle of the green, and that's kind of where you want to aim most of the time anyway. So I'm just gonna go right at it and see what happens here. Oh, that's a pretty good one. A little right of it. All right, that rolled out. Yep, good shot. Here, a really good shot for me. Up the hill. I mean, this is a green light putt, but I see a lot of people really excited here, and it's uphill and just killing, and then they leave themselves 5 feet the other way. You gotta find, I'm not saying dine in the hole, but you should find an entry point that matches the speed that's not gonna, blow you up on the first hole either. So I'm gonna try to enter it around 7 o'clock and match that speed. Oh, it's got to go a bit. Didn't break as much as I thought, but I mean, easy tap and par. Short par 5, uphill a bit. Now, everyone just say, hit driver, smash as far as you can. This is where the strategy is kind of personal to you. I have some pretty decent scar tissue on this hole. I've lost balls left, I've lost balls right, trying to go too much for it. Sometimes in tournaments, I hit like a 3-iron here, just make it a 3-shotter. And just take all the stress out, but that's knowing what makes you uncomfortable and just being honest with it. Eventually you gotta slay your dragons, but there's no shame in just, hitting a shot that gets you in play and lets you hit the next one as successfully as possible. So I've been working on this super low tee kind of cutter security shot, getting that in my bag, and I think everyone needs one of those. And it doesn't matter if yours only goes 180, if it goes 200, it's fine. Like, you just need something when you don't feel comfortable, get in and play. So this one I'm gonna aim pretty far up the left, just clear the hips quickly and hold that face open. And low shots, I think, are very underrated off the tee. If they go offline, especially right now, it's winter, it's wet, they're gonna stop. They're not gonna be flying into the trees. They're gonna be rolling, they're gonna catch that wet rough, and they're gonna give you a second chance at life. So a little punch, low cutter. See how we can do here. There it is. Yeah, it's a good one. I mean, nothing sexy about that. You're not gonna be posting that anywhere, but it gets it in play and it gives you a chance to score on the hole. All right, so end up here. Pretty good shot. Again, it's wet and cold, it's into the wind. Still gonna have a long ways in here. So we have 212 uphill into the wind. Realistically, that's 225. So I'm gonna do something here just to kind of show you a concept. And everyone should have this mentally, but this will help you visualize. So let's pretend these head covers are tee markers. So this is a par 5, it's a short par 5, but it's playing a little longer. Pretend this is a tee box and ask yourself, what is a realistic par for you from here? Now, for me, this is not a par 3. It's 220 up the hill, into the wind. It's kind of a 3.5, to be honest, for me. For you, if you're gonna have to hit like a 3-wood here and your 3-wood misses right and go in those trees, this might just be a straight up par 4, hit a couple wedge shots and get it up there. So always think and carry these kind of tee box markers with you and set up what is the new par from here. For this one, I have two options. I can hit something that will end up kind of just at the front of the green, which is the safe shot, or I can kind of go for it. You know what, I'm gonna go for it, but I'm gonna play a little bit of a protector shot. So kind of same, I'm gonna almost do the same thing. I got some mud on my ball too. I'm gonna aim up the left side and I'm gonna hit it kind of a low squeezy hybrid. And if I kind of come out of it, hopefully it's so low that the right rough will catch it. And if I hit it well, hopefully it chases up there. So we'll see what we can do. So like a low punchy hybrid shot. There we go. Now in the summer that would roll up, but I don't know. Oh, it did. That just made it to the front. Shout out to Illyrian who kind of got me onto those low puncher shots for safety. All right, so just crawled up on the green. And that was a good shot for me. You don't want to get crazy with this putt. It's gonna go pretty hard left to right. I mean, two putt here is great. The entry point is about 9 or 10 o'clock, to be honest. If you get it low early, it's gone. It's gonna be weak and it'll be way down there. If you keep it too high, you might leave yourself a really tricky one. So this one's a bit of a concentration field putt. Started out about 7 to 10 feet left and hopefully I get the right speed. All right, it's tracking. That's a good putt. All right, try to clean this one up for birdie. So here we got the third hole, beautiful par 3. It plays downhill, but it's always into the wind. And I mean, it's winter, it's wet. If it lands short, it's gonna stop. So you really kind of want to hit something that will get there. I mean, I usually hit about a 150 club in the summer. It's cold, wind. I'm gonna hit a punchy, this is gonna sound crazy. I'm gonna hit a punchy 180 summer club and just get one on. I think if I hit anything less, it's gonna just get caught up in the wind. So just a very smooth, low punchy shot. I mean, it's so high, it's gonna be falling out of the sky, so it should stop pretty quick on the green. Okay, that's about as punchy as it gets. Let's see if the distance is right. Oh wow, still short. I think I overdid the punchiness of that one.
All right, so my mic cut out here, but this is just a spot where, it's winter. I'm not playing that much. I'm not going to really try to chip to a short-sided flag. I have to land it perfectly. So sometimes just taking the Texas wedge, I think most of the time taking the Texas wedge is not a bad play. This one I just misread terribly, but it takes out the stub, it takes out the thin shot that goes over the green, it takes out landing kind of right at that fringe line and getting that super hard bounce forward. So, I mean, to keep it simple, especially when you're not a part of the year that you're playing a lot. And here I'm just kind of explaining, if you drop 10 balls from the spot I was at, what would your average dispersion look like with chipping and with putting? And I think for 90% of players, the putting will be a lot better.
So we got a par 5 here. This one's, as long as you can carry it 230, from here probably only 220, to be honest. Monstrously wide fairway. So this is one of the few holes I will swing pretty freaking hard, but you still want to keep your balance. The one thing you don't want to do is take an easy hole and just throw it away by like slap hooking it out of bounds or into the trees left or out of bounds right. Just kind of keep it in play, but this one is almost licensed to hit. And the further left you go, the shorter the hole is. So if I can hit a little draw, that'd be great. Or I can hit it dead straight. All right, that's not going to be okay. It's up on the right side in the rough. Kind of gonna be a weird lie, but I mean, it doesn't kill me. So first thing you do from here, so I had a decent drive. I mean, far right makes the hole longer. You look at the lie, it's not the best. Got a big clump right in front of the ball. Got 207 to the flag. And let's call it about 190 front. It's a bit above my feet, bad lie. I mean, if I hit this, if I try to go for this and hit this a little bit left, I'm gone. I'm just gonna run out. Even if you land this on the green around the flag, it's gonna roll off. There's no way out of the rough I'm gonna stop this. So you kind of got two choices. You can lay way back and give yourself a full wedge. But for me, I'm comfortable hitting about a 190-ish shot. It takes away all the long. It takes away the left too, because I have that bunker protecting me on the left there. So it kind of takes away the really, really bad shot. But I am gonna aim this up the right side. The pin's pretty far left on the green, so I'm gonna aim this up the right side. Again, kind of a little bit of a city down lie. So I'm gonna try to just trap it, get it running. I mean, it's wet, probably won't run too much, but anywhere around that front of the green, give me a good chance to get up and down for birdie. Okay, so hit it a little bit left. We'll see where this ends up. Okay, I think I got it into the bunker. So again, that was, talk through that, that was a bad shot. Like, that's not what I wanted. The lie got me, overcooked it, but it's greenside bunker on a par 5, so not the end of the world. Now, here's where you can kill yourself though. You've got really wet sand, it's hard. If you get too much bounce going on these, it might fly it over into those trees. So if you're not confident with this, there's nothing wrong with aiming far right. What you don't want to do is hit this lip and come back and have the same shot if you're not confident with these. If you are, you can just go ahead and hit a shot. It's also above my feet a little bit, so if I dig down further, I'm going to hit it fat. So I'm going to actually choke down a little bit on this instead of trying to dig down too much to kind of keep the levels the same. And I'm going to protect, I'm going to go a little bit right of target just to protect if I do anything crazy. And I mean, I don't expect to get this super close, but if I can get it within 10 feet, give myself a chance for birdie, that's good enough. Just chunked it, but it's a bit of a chunk and run. I mean, it's pretty bad. So we're finally at the green of the par 5. I mean, hit a pretty bad drive, blocked it to the right, didn't really draw it the way I wanted to. Took a club that was kind of a safe club, but I kind of pulled that one in the bunk. I mean, I didn't hit anything great, but my club choices and my lines kind of took away anything that was going to be really penalizing here. So, and then I hit a chunky bunker shot out of wet sand, and which I just don't know how to hit those that well. We still have a birdie putt, still have a look at it. This one should be right to left, kind of quick. Not that quick. All right. So after all that, leave yourself about 2 feet from par. All in all, not bad after not really hitting one good shot on the hole.
The fifth hole's a pretty straightforward par 4, not long, downhill most of the second half of the hole. The only thing you really have to worry about here is right is really bad. Those trees are kind of hard to get out of. And there's a tree on the left side that if you hit about 230, you're past it. Even if you kind of go at it, you'll be past it and you'll have a clear shot of the green. So I always hit driver just to make sure I get past that tree. Usually take a little cut off the left.
Okay, so I got 102 to the flag, into the wind, downhill, 106 over. So you can't go 106. That over is not good. There's a ridge in the middle of the green. This ball's gonna be pretty far below my feet and it's got mud on it. And you can't miss this left either. So left and long dead. And you gotta go at least 98 yards to get over that ridge. And I got a bunch of mud on the ball. So just gonna kind of punch this little safety punch shot. Try to hit it about 98, land on top of that ridge and run back, and hopefully the mud doesn't do too much to it. We'll see about that in a second here. Well, it's got to go a smidge. Oh yeah, perfect. Just land on the ridge. Should leave me 15 feet up the hill. Checked all the major boxes off there. Got over the ridge in the middle. Just kind of right here. Didn't miss it left of the flag. And kind of left myself an up putt, and didn't also miss it over the back. Find my divot here somewhere. So I'll just line it up, kind of see where the fall line is. I think this is going to fall a little bit to the right, not a ton, and it's uphill, so I can give it a bit of a go without being too worried about it running away. And if I give up on it, it's going to break a lot right. So got to keep this kind of online and rolling. Get there. Nice. All right. All right, so we got a short par 4 here. All the trouble is really on the left or far right. Everything banks right to left as well. So here I'm going to tee off kind of on the far left side. Hit about a 220 club and just play it out to the right. If it draws, it draws. If it doesn't draw, the slope should bring it back for me. So, I mean, you don't have to hit this that hard. You don't want to be too close anyways. The further you get down there, the more slope it is on this hole. So you got to keep that. Sometimes being farther is not better. And it's also based on last flag. It should be a red flag. So, you know, last thing I want is like a 60-yard chippy thing off a side hill line wet. I'd rather have 100 yards off the flat plateau. So, okay, let's hit a good one here. Yeah, that's a good one. Should be just about 100 yards out. So I left it here, I got 96 yards. Front flag, and I mean most amateurs always leave these short. This one particularly, if you leave this short right, it's a very, very tough up and down. So I'm gonna pretend this is 100 yards, even though it's a little downhill. There's a backstop there. Just hit it 100, get it on the green, pass the flag, give myself a look at it, and that's it. I'm not trying to get cute and put this close. You could do that another way and you can make the putt regardless. It's got to go a smidge. All right, just got on there. Man, that didn't work far. All right, on that one I kind of pulled an audible. And in my subconscious, I'm like, I want to get this close, so I actually swung a little lighter, but luckily I did get onto the front, and I definitely did make a 100-yard swing there. I probably made a 95-yard swing, and I just got away with it. So it should be on the green, probably about a 15-footer up the hill. A little bit more than that, I can see it now. But yeah, good shot. Oh yeah, so I just carried it, landed on the fringe, so that's, I mean, again, pulled an audible there. I got away with it. This is not the easiest putt to read. It's uphill. Looks like it's gonna go crazy to the right, but then the whole green's kind of going to the left. So I'm just gonna aim it just outside left and I mean hope. I don't see the line exactly, but get the right speed, and if you make it, you make it. From this distance, I mean, probably a 10%er. Come on, baby. Oh, man. Oh, so I got a little funky with that one. And it ran out. I'm gonna take my time. I saw it go past the hole this way, which means it should break back to the left here a little bit. It's uphill again. Just give it a good stroke and not toss one away for no reason. Okay, well, happens. That's part of the game. 7th hole here. It's about 180 to the flag. Got about 163 to cover that bunker, which is the worst place. It's a huge lip. Don't want to be there. Right is okay, and most people bail right here, and that's totally fine. If you don't think you can carry it, you know, it's called 180. Right side's really good, and it banks back, so that's fine. Because it's winter and it's cold, I'm hitting my 190 club. I mean, if I hit it good, it'll probably fly about 178 right now, ish. So. I left it a little bit right, but should be all right. Should be on the green. Sit down a smidge. Oh, wow, I caught that one good. All right, it's on the fringe, I think. So this, just 3-putt. You gotta get that out of your head. This is not one you're expecting to make. Just give it a good roll. It's gonna break right to left most of the way there, along with the slope. 2-putt from here is great. Forget the 3-putt on the last hole and just hit a good one. So this is another spot here where I'm standing quite a bit under the hole, so my subconscious is going to tell me it's going to break a lot. A lot of players will take that into account too much and hit it like so far right when the ball's moving really fast at the beginning of this putt. So even though it's going to break a bit to the left, a bit more to the left in the beginning, after that it's not. So if you go crazy and you go, wow, this is way under my feet right here, and you aim way to the right, it's just going to stay there. So you just got to trust your line. Don't worry about your feet. Tell you sometimes it's really hard. You got to almost override that and just kind of hit a good putt here. So really speed. And on these ones, pretend I'm throwing a ball to someone. You know, like that's like bocce. I'm just trying to roll that bocce ball down there. Take one last look and give it a go. Oh, that could be good. All right, nice and cozy. All right, so we got a short par 4 here in the 8th hole. This is a good strategy hole actually. It's really uphill. You got a couple bunkers at, let's call it 165 from here. Carrying them is about realistically 215 with all the wind. I guess this depends on what your strengths of your game are. If you can hit a 220 shot straight every time, go over the bunkers. If you're okay hitting like a 130, 140 shot, because that's, if you go short of the bunkers, take those completely out of play. Like I could just take those out of play and then I have about a 75-yard fairway, which will leave me a pitching wedge-ish. That's cool too. If you want to get a little more aggressive, you could take something like a 180 shot, go to the right, but then if you go left, you're going in the bunkers. But I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a kind of the same club I hit last hole because I just hit a good one last hole, so I have those vibes. Play it out at that big tree on the right. If it draws a bit, cool. If it doesn't, also cool. And just hit a good one. Oh, I pulled it a bit. So that's, I mean, strategy wasn't great here. I might have gotten away with it, but don't love that. All right, so I ended up here. So I got about 100 yards to the flag, way uphill. Now the biggest, and I've seen so many doubles and triples on this hole, it's only a 300-yard hole, but people blade this shot. And that could kill you. So I'm hitting more club here, but I'm not gonna take a huge swing. You don't want to take a really big swing where your balance is going to go out and you're going to do something crazy. I'm going to hit kind of a punchy gap wedge. Middle of the green's good. I mean, here you don't want to aim right. If you go right, you fall down the hill. This green's pretty big, left to right. So aim a little bit left, kind of back of the stance, and just punch it. And don't take a huge swing. So even if I hit this thin, it's not going to go 140. But took away all of the extremely terrible things that could happen from that spot. Chance for birdie. Realistically, this is more of a 2-putter though. But what I did do with that smaller swing, took more club, smaller swing. I took out a freak out, lose balance, thin shot that goes over, or a fat shot. Just kind of, you know, kept the balance, made a good motion on it. So this one's uphill. You can kind of give it a run. I kind of need to get one back here a bit. Turn in, get in there. Yes, there we go. Kind of makes up for that 3-putt a couple holes ago. But that's a total bonus. I mean, if you hit anything over 15, 20 feet, it's always a bonus, but it feels good. And golf is really just keep giving yourself chances. Don't throw away strokes, and it all adds up at the end. There's pretty far. Bunker's about 255, kind of and uphill. That's probably about my driver landing. And right is bad. And my safety shot with the driver is a left to right sort of cut. So on this hole, I wouldn't bring any of that into play. It's also a red flag, so it's playing a little shorter today. The safest club I have in my bag is probably hitting just a little punchy 3-iron, get to the bottom. There's a little hill here. And I mean, even if I hit this pretty bad, it's not gonna get into too much trouble. Oh, kind of a bunty one, but it's a good miss. A little thinner. It got down the bottom of the hill. Again, see, just make it where your bad shots don't kill you. That's really the name of the game. A little shorter than I'd like, but okay, we got 142 flag up a decent hill. In the summertime, you don't want to be above this flag. This green is treacherous, but I think that's not that fast. I'm not too worried about it. 142. I'm going to play 150. I don't even know if it's going to be enough with this hill, but this will keep it under it. I mean, if I'm a couple of yards short, that's fine. And this one, I mean, long left is bad, so this one kind of takes some of that out of it. So I can go kind of right at it. Give it a go. Oh, it's a good one. It's got to go a smidge, I think. Oh, no, it got just trickled on the front. It's under the hole, though. Be putting uphill. Under the hole, I can be aggressive with this one. Try to cap off the 9 with back-to-back birdies, which would be quite nice. Just really trying to find the fall line here. It looks like it's going to break a... Wow, this is actually hard. I think I might be right on it. This might be really straight. Just going to try straight and make a good stroke. See what happens. Turn. Oh no, I was not right on the fall line. Broke a bit right. That's good. Cozy par.